Aren't you glad you didn't turn on the light? Two dorm mates in college were in the same science class. The teacher had just reminded them about the midterm the next day, and when one dorm mate got asked to this big bash by the hottest guy in school, the other dorm mate, Meg, was pretty much not interested in going, and being a diligent student, she took notes on and got ready for the midterm. After the entire period of flirting with her date, Julie, the other dorm mate, was totally unprepared for her test, while Meg was completely prepared for the major study date with her books. At the end of the day, Julie spent hours getting ready for the party while Meg was studying. Julie tried to get Meg to go, but she was insistent that she would study and pass the test. The girls were rather close, and Julie didn't want to leave Meg alone to be bored while she was out having a blast. Julie finally gave up while using the excuse that she would cram in the homeroom the next day. Julie went to the party and had the time of her life with her date. She headed back home to her dorm around 2 a.m. and decided not to wake Meg and leave the lights off. She went to bed, nervous about the midterm, but she decided not to wake Meg up early and ask her for help. When she woke up and went to wake Meg, Meg was lying on her stomach, apparently sound asleep. She rolled Meg over to reveal Meg's terrified face. Julie, concerned, turned on the desk lamp. Meg's studying stuff was still open and blood was all over it. Meg had been slaughtered. Julie, in horror, fell to the floor and looked up to see, written on the wall of Meg's room, in blood, "Aren't you glad you didn't turn on the light?" Analysis. Now, I'm 92% sure that a lot of creepypasta readers have heard this urban legend. I certainly have, and I wanted to narrate it for the simple fact that it's a really good story, and it's a kind of creepy story. The way I had heard it is that the one that was partying was the one that was killed. And actually, like, she came home with her date and they died, I guess, or something. But the one that was studying went to a study group, and when she came home, she heard her friend seeming to squeal and stuff and thought that they were getting it on and decided not to turn on the light and just went to bed. But the next morning, come to find that squealing was actually her dying. This does not make me want to go to college. At all. No. Footprints in the snow. There was a teenage girl who was home with her little sister while her parents were out of town. After watching some television together, she sent her little sister off to bed and then went back downstairs to watch more TV. Eventually, she got bored with what she was watching and turned it off, then curling up in a blanket on the couch and watching the snow fall through the large sliding glass window in their living room. She had only been watching for a few minutes when she saw a man walking towards the sliding glass door with deadly purpose. He started to pull something shiny out of his coat, and she dove under her blanket in terror. After a while, she pulled down the blanket and found that the man was gone. She called the police, who immediately rushed over to the scene to investigate. Upon examining the premises, one of the first things they noticed that there were no footprints in the snow. And at the rate of the snowfall, there was no way that they could have been covered that quickly. Puzzled, the officers inspected the residence and noticed wet footprints on the carpet, leading straight up to the couch where the girl had been sitting. The madman had been behind her the whole time, and what she had seen had been his reflection in the window. Analysis. This is one of the reasons that I really, really like urban legends. For the fact that it is really good and really creepy, and you just don't sleep the next night. This one's pretty good, and I've heard of similar situations before, and it just makes it all the more bothersome to me. I'll tell you one thing, if I ever see someone like that, I'm grabbing my damn bat. I don't care what anybody says. Hey guys, so you guys already know for a fact that I have already done a narration of the girl in the photograph. So I decided that I was going to just do a brief analysis because apparently it is also an urban legend, and I decided since I've already done a narration of it, I'm not going to repeat it, and I'm just going to give an analysis of what I think of it. I think it's very interesting, and it kind of reminds me of those chain letter things that you would get in like text messages from your friends or emails, or you just find them randomly posted somewhere on the internet. And it kind of reminds me of Smile Dog, and I'm not sure if the girl in the photograph came first or Smile Dog came first. But it in a way, it seems almost like a ripoff, but at the same time, it doesn't. Either way, it's a really good urban legend, and I really like it. And if I ever find an image that or something like that, or get sent anything like that, I would not suggest opening it ever, just to be safe. The babysitter and the man upstairs. A married couple were going out for an evening and called a teenage babysitter to take care of their 3 children. When she arrived, they told her that they probably would not be back until late, and that the kids were already asleep, so she shouldn't bother them. The babysitter starts doing her homework while waiting for a call from her boyfriend. After a while, the phone rings and she answers it, but hears no one on the other end, just silence. Then, whoever it is hangs up. After a few more minutes, the phone rings again. She answers, and this time a man on the line says, in a chilling voice, "Have you checked the children?" Click. At first, she thinks it might have been the father calling to check up, and he got interrupted, so she decided to ignore it. After going back to her homework, the phone rings again. "Have you checked the children?" The creepy voice says on the other end. "Mr. Murphy?" she asks, but the caller hangs up again. She decides to phone the restaurant where the parents said that they would be dining, but when she asks for Mr. Murphy, she is told that he and his wife had left the restaurant 45 minutes earlier. So she phones the police and reports that a stranger had been calling her and hanging up. "Has he threatened you?" the dispatcher asks. "No," she says. "Well, there's nothing we can really do about it. You could try reporting the prank caller to the phone company." A few minutes go by, and she gets another call. "Why haven't you checked the children?" the voice asks. "Who is this?" she says, but he hangs up again. She dials 911 again and says, "I'm scared. I know he's out there. He's watching me." "Have you seen him?" the dispatcher asks. She says no. "Well, there isn't much we can do about it," the dispatcher says. The babysitter goes into panic mode and pleads for him to help her. Now, it'll be okay," he says. "Give me your number and street address, and if you can keep this guy on the phone for at least a minute, we can try and trace the call." What is your name again?" "Linda." "Okay, Linda. If he calls back, we'll do our best to trace the call. But just keep calm. Can you do that for me?" "Yes," she says, and hangs up. She decides to turn the lights down so she can see if anyone is outside. And that's when she gets another call. "It's me," the familiar voice says. "Why did you turn the lights down?" "Can you see me?" she asks, panicking. "Yes," he says after a long pause. "Look, you're scaring me," she says. "I'm shaking. Are you happy? Is this what you wanted?" "No." "Then what do you want?" Another long pause. "Your blood all over me." She slams the phone down, terrified. Almost immediately it rings again. "Leave me alone!" she screams. But it's the dispatcher calling back. His voice is urgent. "Linda, we've traced that call. It's coming in from another room inside the house. Get out of there, now!" She tears to the front door, attempting to unlock it and dash out, only to find that the chain at the top is still latched. In the time she takes to unlock the door, she sees the door up at the top of the stairs, light streaming in from the children's room, revealing a profile of a man standing just inside. She finally gets the door open and bursts outside, only to find a cop standing at the doorstep with his gun drawn. At this point, she's safe, of course. But when they capture the intruder and drag him downstairs in handcuffs, she sees he's covered in blood. Come to find out, all 3 children had all been murdered. Analysis. Now, this kind of sounds like one of those stereotypical slasher movies to me, and it also kind of sounds like something that you would always hear in, like, a Goosebumps book or TV show. Please tell me you guys remember that from your childhood, because I sure as hell do. The nightmares that ensued from that. Good memories. Good memories. Anyways. Really good. Really enjoyable. If I got a phone call like that, I'd leave the house. I'd very much leave the house. I'd very much leave the house. That's the only time you would get me out of my house. Yep. Yeah. The Hookman. A teenage boy drove his date to a dark and deserted lover's main for a make-out session. He turned on the radio for mood music and leaned over to whisper in the girl's ear and began kissing her. Minutes later, the mood was broken when the music suddenly stopped mid-song. After a moment of silence, an announcer's voice came on, warning in an ominous tone of a convicted murderer that had escaped in the state insane asylum, which happened to be located within a half-mile of the Lover's Lane, and urged everyone who noticed this man wearing a stainless steel hook in place of his missing right hand should immediately report his whereabouts to the police. The girl became frightened and asked to be taken home. The boy, feeling bold, locked all the doors instead and assured his date they would be safe, attempting to kiss her again. She became frantic and pushed him away, insisting that they leave. Relenting, the boy peevishly jerked the car into gear and spun its wheels as he pulled out of the parking space. When they arrived at the girl's house, she got out of the car and reached to close the door, beginning to scream uncontrollably. The boy ran to her side to see what was wrong, and there, dangling from the door, was a bloody hook. Analysis. This story has been being told since apparently 1950, and it has a moral message to it, apparently. Sex is naughty, bad boys and girls will be punished. It is sensible, since it comes from a more naive era, and I find it amusing in a way and interesting at the same time. I think there was a movie actually made around this legend quite some time ago, but either way, really good urban legend. Really like it. And if I ever hear anything on the radio of some crazy murder dude, I'm staying inside. I'm staying inside, locking the doors, keeping my pets in, and I don't care if you say you're the delivery man or someone with a piece of cake who wants to give me a hug. You ain't coming in my house. The Split-Mouthed Woman. There is a legend in Japan and China about a girl named Kuchisaki Onna, also known as the Split-Mouthed Woman. Some say that she was a samurai's wife. One day she cheated on her husband with a younger or better-looking man, and when the husband returned, he discovered her betrayal. Enraged and furious, he took his sword and split her mouth from ear to ear. Some say that the woman was cursed to never die, and still wanders the world so that people can see the horrible scar on her face and pity her. Some people claim that others have actually seen a very beautiful young woman who asked them, "Am I pretty?" If they replied positively, she ripped off the surgical mask and showed them the horrible wound. She then asked the same question again, and anyone who no longer found her pretty was met by a tragic death from her hands. Analysis. Now, the split-mouthed woman is a very, very popular urban legend, and I, for one, really like it. It's a really good legend, and I, for one, really appreciate it. As this is a bit different of a variation of the legend than what I have heard. I have heard, you'll be walking down one of the streets and you'll see a woman in a surgical mask. She'll ask if she is pretty, and if you reply positively, she'll tear it off and ask again. And the outcome is if you say no, she kills you. If you say yes, then she will split your mouth from ear to ear like hers. While if you say no flat out, if she asks the question the first time, she will just kill you, which is lovely. And I think she also does it with surgical scissors, or something like that. I can't remember exactly what the weapon that she used is. But it's really good, and I'll tell you what, if I ever see at night some chick walking up to me with a surgical mask on, I'm walking the other damn direction. I don't even care. I am running away. They did say, however, one way to avoid death, or at least live a little longer, is to reply maybe, or give a unclear answer, and it will confuse her long enough that you can run away. Is this true? I have no idea. Do I want to find out? Hell no. Hi everyone, this is Ice of the Arctic. I apologize if I sound terrible. I have been sick for a while, and I just recovered from a concussion and my jaw being messed up, so I couldn't exactly talk. Yeah, it was brilliant. Let's just go with that. I'm sorry I haven't been around, and I wanted to get this to you guys as soon as I possibly could, but I was having an issue getting it done finally. And, one of the reasons being is that I had finally been accepted to the college that I had applied to go to, and I am simply ecstatic, but I have been crazy busy with the preparations for that. You know, the scholarships, getting the schoolwork done. Oh yeah, school started! That's great! Yeah, it's wonderful, but I've been busy with that, and I've been busy with school and getting ready, and I just started a new job, and all this wonderfully crazy stuff, and I wanted to talk to you guys a little bit and tell you guys what's been going on and just give you guys a little what's up, I guess. I will hopefully be releasing a creepypasta that I had written myself pretty soon here. It will be probably Lupus. And I know you guys have seen pictures of Lupus. She's everywhere on my YouTube, so I'm pretty sure you've seen her. So you guys will probably be getting that pretty soon here, and I'm probably going to be uploading a video within the next couple of months. Because as an assignment for my graduation, I have to kind of do this whole presentation of who I am and what I am gonna do with myself for the rest of my life. And that video is probably gonna be tagged or named or whatever you want to call it, This Is Me. And you guys are probably gonna get a glimpse of what I look like and what I do and what my life is and what I enjoy. And I just wanted to say thank you guys so much for 50 subscribers. I cannot believe I've gotten this far. I was ecstatic when I saw I got 7 subscribers. 50? Are you serious? I love you guys. I cannot believe this. I am so happy. So thank you guys for 50. and I cannot wait to see how far we go with this. And I'm so sorry I have not been uploading videos. Like I said, it has been crazy busy here. I will be probably doing those two things pretty soon here, and I will probably be uploading some Five Nights at Freddy's stuff that I've written, or just doing some fan dubs with some of my friends, of some Five Nights at Freddy's stuff, because I have officially gotten addicted to it. As much as I hate to admit it, I have. So yeah, and I'll probably be uploading some drawing stuff that I've done, because I got a new tablet for Christmas, and I am so happy. I can draw. It's great. So yeah, I'm trying to think if I have anything else I want to say to you guys, other than that I love you guys, and thank you so much for 50 subscribers. I cannot believe that we have gotten this far, and I could not have done any of this without you guys' support. I feel so happy to know that I've got you guys, and I really appreciate it. So yeah, you'll probably see some more uploads of just me in general and what's going on with me. A lot more updates probably, and you'll probably see some uploads of horses, because that is something that is very huge in my life, and I love to work with them, and I love the current horse that I have, and I'll probably post a picture up of him as I'm talking about it. His name is Timber, and he is... Timber. That's all I gotta say about him. It's just wow sometimes. But, yeah. I hope you guys have enjoyed this, and Happy New Year, and I love you guys, and I don't know what, oh yeah, here's another thing. I wanted to call you guys something, because I feel weird just talking but not acknowledging you guys, you know? And I wanted to call you guys creepers, or creeps. And then I sat there and I thought, oh god, if this was Minecraft, I would be dead by now, 'cause 4 creepers is enough. 50? I'm dead. I'm over. So, yeah, thank you guys so much. I really appreciate it, and I hope to see you guys later. So... yeah. See you guys. Bye.